In today's video, I'm going to show you how to come up with awesome progressive metal riffs. If you like bands like Intervals, Plini, Arch Echo, Owain, stuff like that, then you're really going to enjoy this video. So basically, I've written a new song for my solo project. I'll be breaking down a riff so you can see my thought processes, maybe gain some new insights and ideas for your own riffs. So let's take a listen to the riff and then we'll jump into the explanation. Enjoy. How's it going? I'm Dave and my channel is all about helping you create awesome neo-soul, R&B and other modern sounds on your guitar. If you're new here and that sounds like your kind of thing, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. As I said, we're going to be breaking down that riff you just heard. I'll be showing you all the concepts behind it. Let's take a look. We're kind of in the key of A major. I say kind of because we never actually land on an A major, and we can't really say we're an F sharp minor, which is the relative minor either, because we never land on an F sharp minor, although we're loosely in that key. What we're doing is we're starting on chord 4, which is a D major 7, okay? So we're playing this shell voicing here. The shell voicing is where we only play the root, the third, and the 7th in a 7th chord. So we're playing D major 7. And what I'm doing is I'm hammering on that 6th fret. Okay, very common to see that in like neo-soul, but I'm bringing it into my metal playing, okay, because it sounds really cool. So we're hammering on that 6th fret from the 4th fret of the G string, okay? Okay, we're playing the chord twice, then a few mutes, and then we're playing this note here. Okay, so we're playing a B twice, and that's on the 7th fret of the low E string. Okay, the whole thing with this riff is that we're teasing going back to A major, or we're teasing going to an F sharp minor, okay? But we never actually go there. We always come back to this D major 7, and you'll see that in a second, okay? So we play the D major 7, the mutes, and then we play the B note twice, okay? And we're doing grace note hammer-ons, okay? So we're just hammering on from the 5th fret, okay? You'll hear that if I play an A chord after this B, then it sounds really good. Alright, but we never do that. We always go back to that 4 chord. Okay, so we do play a little lick before going back to that D major chord. Okay, 7, 9 on the D string and 7 on the G string. This 7th fret on the G string leads us really nicely back to the 6th fret, which is the 7th of our D major 7 chord. Has that sort of melodic effect. Then we play the D major 7 chord again twice, play the B note twice, and then we do this really cool sort of arpeggiated idea. Okay, so what we're doing is we're playing a C sharp augmented arpeggio here, 9 on the low E, 8 on the A, and 7 on the D. Okay, cool thing with augmented chords, you can use them just like dominant 7th chords. You resolve them down a 5th. So this C sharp augmented chord really wants to resolve down a 5th to F sharp minor, okay? Hear that? Sounds really nice to resolve there, doesn't it? Okay, but we don't do that. We're always teasing it, but we're not doing it. So we play the augmented arpeggio, then we play these 3 notes. Okay, so this note here kind of adds a sharp 9 to our chord, giving an altered dominant sort of sound. Altered dominants are a great way of adding tension to your chord progressions. If you don't know much about altered dominant chords, then I'd highly recommend checking out my book Chord Charisma 2.0. That gives you a complete system to writing chord progressions and understanding tension and release, and instantly being able to come up with cool riffs like the one you're hearing now. A bit more in the book later, but we're playing this sort of altered dominant sound which wants to resolve to F sharp minor 7, but we don't do that. We go back to D major 7. So we basically start the entire riff again, okay? So then we do this little series of chords here. Okay, so what we're doing is we're playing F major 7, that's it. Okay, so we're playing this same shell voicing just 3 frets higher. Okay, so 8, 7, 9 on the A, D and G strings, okay? okay? This is a borrowed chord. It's not actually in the key, but it sounds really cool to play, okay? And notice the top note of each chord is going to be either descending or ascending. So we're playing the 9 to the 7 on the G string here, okay? Then what we're doing is we're kind of going through the cycle of fourths, okay? And by that I mean we're ascending the chords in diatonic fourths. So the fourth above this F would be B, okay? So we're playing a B minor 7, that's another shell voicing, and we're resolving or moving this 7th fret down to the 6th fret of the G string, yeah? From the 3rd to the 9th, so we've got a minor 9 sort of sound now, out of this B minor chord, okay? Then, as I said, we're cycling through the diatonic fourth, so a fourth above B is E. We're playing E7, okay? Here's another shell voicing for E7, 7, 6, 7, okay? This, naturally being a dominant 7, wants to resolve down a 5th, which is also upper 4th, so we're still cycling through these fourths. And we go to A, and we're actually not playing an A major. Remember I said we're never actually resolving on this A major, we're just teasing it. So we're playing an A9, and then we take our little finger, put it on the 6th fret, and that turns it into an A7 chord, okay? And as I said, dominant 7th chords like to resolve down a 5th, so we're going back to D. Okay, I'm playing this D major 7, starting the entire thing again and just repeating it. Instead of playing that the second time round, we do this. And what we're doing there is we're just arpeggiating the same chords. So we're playing the F major 7, one note at a time, pulling off to the 7th fret of the G string. This time we're hammering on to the 3rd of the B minor 7. Okay? Then we're playing the E7 again, arpeggiating it and pulling off that top note to the 6th fret of the G string. Okay? Then we're doing the A7, okay, hammering on that 4th fret to the 6th fret of the G string. Okay, then we're playing the D major 7, arpeggiating that, pulling off to the 4th fret of the G string. Okay, and then we're playing this C sharp 7, which is arpeggiated as well. So we're playing 4, 3, 4, and then hammering on the 6th fret of the G string. Or sliding, I can't remember what I do. I'd have to actually play the riff to do it. But there you go, that's the riff. The second half of the riff, I actually play a lead part, which is just mimicking the top note of every chord an octave higher. So we're just playing. That's all that's happening. We're just playing everything an octave higher for the lead part. Nothing really special there. So that's the riff. I hope you've gained a lot of new insights into kind of what you can do with your options, okay? Lots of secondary dominance here. Secondary dominance being dominant chords that resolve down a 5th to whatever the next chord is in your chord progression. If you want to learn more about secondary dominance, altered dominance, tritone substitution, backdoor dominance, all these amazing and advanced sophisticated chord progression techniques built into one system that you can use to eliminate writer's block and write chord progressions just like that at the drop of a hat, then check out my book Chord Charisma 2.0. It's going to show you everything you need to know about chord progressions and writing riffs like these. If you're not convinced, you can check the first 2 chapters out for free. The first 2 chapters are going to show you how to create a basic chord progression and then build that chord progression into something more sophisticated using extensions like 9ths, 11ths, 13ths, and other cool embellished chords as well. Okay, that's just the first 2 chapters. There's 30 plus chapters in the book, so it really, really does go in depth. So definitely check it out. If you enjoyed this video, I've done another video where I break down another riff I've written in the kind of same genre. It's from my single Shimmer, so check that out there. I'm sure you'll learn a lot from that as well, and I'll see you there. Have a good one.